What's up? And Merry wet ass Christmas. It is today in Minnesota. It is raining. Surprisingly, it's almost end of December and we had no snow. I mean, we had snow, but it was, barely any there and it just dried up, melted away in a matter of 24 hours. Yeah, so reason for the impromptu podcast as of right now, Matt is still working at least until the 31st, and then he pretty much has, according to him, his weekends back. So probably a lot more episodes going on. Look for that as well as taste testing like before. This time I'm doing a Tokyo Treat taste testing, which is going to be every month. Got a subscription to that, so look out for that on the YouTube channel. But as of right now, I kind of had to do this one because by the time Matt comes back, this con will be over. The convention I am talking about is Ahiago Con. That's gonna be here in Minnesota. It's supposedly the first 21st it Minnesota's first 21 plus anime convention. A little backstory on it. Apparently it was a convention on a virtual convention on Discord for a couple of years, and then eventually now they're doing in person. So I kind of wanted to harp on this, and honestly, I am no expert as far as hold on, let me. What was I at? Right. I don't want to say I am an expert at cons as far as what should be there and what shouldn't be there. But I like to think I have a good, pretty good knowledge. Not necessarily what makes or breaks a con, but at least to get somebody to come back. Now, my uh, my experience is as follows. I've gone to Phoenix Con once, Fan Fusion in 2018, which turned into Galaxy Con of 2019, which then turned into Twin Cities Con. I've gone three times. Uh, Sabotin Con in Phoenix. Well, it was originally in Glendale, then it moved to downtown Phoenix twice. And then obviously Metacon two or three times, I can't remember, and Minneapolis, a total of five. So, obviously, not saying Minneapolis is the it, but honestly, if you've been to one anime con, you've kind of been to all. With the exception of, the bigger ones. When I say bigger, I mean, able to hold bigger people. You have your Anime Expo in LA. You have, um, Dragon Con in Atlanta, which I think that one only sticks out because of the whole. I don't know if they still do it. They probably still do. Is the, bunny girl cosplay version of whatever character. All the girls do the bunny girls. All the guys do, the Hugh Hefner type look. Colossal Con, which is, the pool swimsuit version of it. And then you have Katsucon in Maryland, I believe. So other than those three, I think you're looking at pretty much the same, scenario. Like, I can swap Minneapolis for Sabo and it'll be the same thing. Regardless, like I said, it's pretty much the same thing. So with that being said, This one is supposedly relatively small. So I'm kind of going back between what kind of makes or break it. Because I know we kind of joked about if, yo, man, if I had the money, I'll bring back, Hentai Con, and whatnot, and then go from there. So I know this is the first con for her. I mean, I don't know if she works in a team or not, but I know it's just one. As of right now, I just know it's one person. Um, and she's doing this in Minnetonka. I'm not too familiar with the hotel in itself. Uh, I, from the pictures I've seen, it looks pretty small. I mean, not as big as the Hilton downtown of Minneapolis. If you've been to Minneapolis, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, that's fine. But just so you know, it's somewhat a little bit smaller. I'm going based off the pictures that I've seen on the hotel's gallery. So from now, that's location. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going back and forth between what's going to be at this con and what is you typically find. What you typically find is, yeah, you'll have a rave. I think that's always a given. You're always going to have a rave. You're always going to have some type of gaming room, whether it's board games or an actual video, you know, actual video games. As far as guests and entertainment, I think it really depends on, you know, what you can afford. I mean, for the first one, I don't know how much money she was working with. Don't know. But, for a guest, I'll just stick with the 18 plus. Why this is 21, I don't know the difference between an 18 and 21. You know, I mean, is there going to be booze supplied everywhere? You know, I mean, nobody's going to stop you from open beverage walking around a hotel. Unless a cop shows up, and obviously, you'll get carded. But even still, you had to purchase that beverage somewhere. You didn't just 80s it. Ask some 21 plus year old, hey, here's $50. Can you buy me a case? But let's be real. You know, so that being said, I don't know why the big difference between an 18 and 21 convention beats me. But as far as guests go, I would try to have at least, a hentai voice actor, present. I don't know if there are, if I don't know if English. I think they still do, but it would be kind of hard to find that. Um, Even still, maybe a BA of hentai or maybe non hentai just to have it there. But for this con that's coming up, I mean, you have the Midnight Minxes, which is a burlesque show. Which, if you've been in Minneapolis, I think that's the same people. I'm not sure. Um, Honestly, I think that's kind of a given. I probably would have, if I did have my own con, I would probably do the same thing, even though I had my reservations about this type of stuff. Because because if you've been to one that's all you're gonna hear is woo girls going off every time they move a muscle. You're gonna hear some woo. some Ric Flair woo, not Ric Flair woo, but you know what I'm talking about. You got the woo girls out there for every time when somebody move, every chick moves a muscle. Uh, that's one of the guests. Um, some of the under the guest entertainment tabs she has. One of them is the Makaror Wars. Waifu pillows. Basically, it's a pillow fight with your big ass body pillows and everything like that. There's the cosplay pool party. You know, that's about it. Yeah. SYM1. It is. Never heard of this person. Uh, is a vocalist, producer, and performer using Eurodance and alternative Y2K aesthetics to inspire a renaissance of the rave culture of the early 2000s. Huh. Okay. Neat. Then you have Russell Factory Presents, which is basically a new drag focused nerd trope starting up run by Mo Russell. All right. So, okay. Not what I expect at a 21 plus con. If that's your bag, have at it. But me personally, if I was running a con, I would not have this. I'm not shitting on your thing, like I said, your bag, but I wouldn't have it. This is not the type of, I wouldn't say the type of environment I want to portray, but it is not the theme I would want. Let's leave it at that. Next is, Boozy Bingo. Um, Play the hangover way with Boozy Bingo. Chill, vibe with us, and see what your bingo card will win you. Uh, hmm. Um, Diamond Xenos is a mixer producer hailing from Minnesota. Multiple mixes hitting the top 150-10 on the global mix cloud charts across the. Okay. Not sure what that is. Other than bingo, I guess, but it kind of went right into, dance party and whatnot. Anyway, bring your own movie room. It's my sleepover, and I get to choose the movie. See, stay hydrated and bring your own water bottle for drinking games. Agi Khan will also provide a selection of movie, TV shows, anime to choose from, and of course a PS2 to watch them on. Because why else would the owner still have a PlayStation 2? Okay. Right. So from what I can gather, you just go into a room and this person will have a selection of you know media to watch. All right, not what I expect from a con. um let's see. Next one is isekai inspired. Hello all, we are so excited to host a pop-up photo op for all attendees this year to promote our new small business. With a severe lack of photo spaces in Minneapolis for cosplay and nerdy content creation, we are hoping to fill that void for Isekai inspired photo studio made by cosplayers. Please come check out the pop up for some free Polaroids. Right. So everything I just listed is under guest and entertainment. Again, I'm not knocking. I mean, again, this is the first live in person con, so obviously the guest list is minuscule. Um, you know, I would like to see. Hopefully, this takes off because I wish I was going, but I work Friday and Saturday, so there's really no point in me going. I mean, yes, I probably could go Saturday night, but I'm going to a party Saturday night, adult one. So it's either spend $30 to go to an adult party or $45 just to see and comment on this platform. Yeah. So yeah, as far as guest and entertainment, I mean, yeah, not much there. Not much I was expecting. Now let's go to the panels. As far as okay, you figure with a 21 plus panel or convention, you would expect 21 plus panels. So let's go through it. I mean, this is what I mean. So far, they haven't had a description list, just the names in itself. It says it's coming soon. Hopefully, it'll drop. Well, obviously before the panel, and then if it does have a description, and maybe I can do a follow up on it. But right now, I'm just going off the title of it and then just speculating from there. So, obviously Friday registration is at 4 and open ceremonies is at 5 and everything like that. um, so you know, SM1 concert, main hall and everything like that. So one of the panels is kink community from FetLife to in real life. One of those adult parties I was talking about, I that's from FetLife. That's where I go to look, try to find parties to go to, and I hopefully I get, if I get vetted, if I'm already vetted in one of those, then that's hopefully I get an invite to them. But so far, I can tell you right now, off topic, off script. So far, there's only one, organizer that I go to. The last one I went to was, let's just say it was a sausage fest, and not in a sausage fest where there's a lot of dudes. I mean, there was a lot of dudes, but however, there it was one of those everybody's welcome. By everybody, I mean everybody. And yeah, I mean when I went to a meet and greet vetting process, that person literally said, this will be, you know, if you come to my parties, this is what it is. I'm all inclusive and everything like that. So because of that, there was a lot of buy there. I'm not again not knocking that, but it's not my bag. Um, it'd be something to see if they were a lot younger, you know, a lot younger than me, and I'm 37. So put that in your, mold that around. So yeah, um, luckily they had bracelets, green for straight, I think it was white and pink for bi, and I think red for gay. I can tell you now, there was a lot more bi in that room, in that household, than there are straight and gay. And I could, and even the women have bi on there, even though the bi. Honestly, I don't believe that. I think they're just putting that on there because, I mean, even straight women in a sex party room will still kiss other girls, even though they're not. I don't want to get political, but you get my point. Going back to the panelist. So yeah, kink community, FetLife to in real life. Dating sim Jeopardy with Marin Kitagawa. Yeah, I do not know what. Yeah, without a description, it's hard to know what to do with that. Corn pop quiz shows. it's a game show. Try to guess, and next one is it's called hentai and it's art. Hopefully that's what we usually do. I usually do, and just showcase hentai clips and whether it's a series, the best of a series, best scenes from a series, or what have you, and everything like that. Hopefully it's something like that. I mean, if I wasn't working Friday night, I would probably go to that. Or I mean, if I wasn't working the next day, I would probably check that out. But that would have been a waste of $45 just to check out one panel. Then after that, it's drinking games. I think that's self-explanatory for that. Yeah, that's about it. We go on to Saturday. You have the cosplay pool party. Next one, another panel is anime dating game. I did that. What was that? 3 years ago? No, I think it was 2019. I did that dating show. So, guess that video game. Okay. Intro to Burlesque 101 Workshop. Okay, sure. Um, Massage for Friends and Lovers. All right. Cosplay contest, dance contest, Kink 201, negotiation and play. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Um, you know, Speedwagon versus your waifu 21 plus edition. I don't know why it's 21 plus edition. Is really, I don't. Yeah, I'm like hentai game show. I'm pretty sure I would be lighting people up on that one. My uh, repertoire, not repertoire, library of that. Itchy Expose. I'm very curious on that one, but not much, on that. Adult gaming and streaming on joystick TV. Mm, that like that sounds like a gateway to OnlyFans or whatnot. You know what? Hold on. Let me type that in. Just for you research joystick joystick TV. What the hell is joystick TV? Let's see. Joystick TV is a welcome streaming community that allows you to be yourself, earn money while playing video games, doing art. Yeah. Really? Not. So it's it's Twitch without, you know. So it's OnlyFans meet Twitch, basically. It seems like. Yeah. Seems like it. Mm-hmm. Yep. That. Honestly, if I was doing a con, I would, if I had to fill, because right now, because sometimes when you run a con, you can't put your own biased opinions, to stop other people in a sense. That being said, if I, because part of me was like, I'm not doing that, but at the same time, it's like, if I have to fill spots, then sure. Um, yeah. Uh, Moving on. I wrote poetry over hentai. Okay. I will go down with this ship. I mean, not. That's really not a 21 plus panel. I would, a panel that I would put on a 21 plus con. But again, if I have to fill slots, then sure. And we go on to Sunday. Let's see. Rope bondage in anime. You could have just did Shibari and had be good with that. Whatever. Cat Girls 101. I would like to know what the description on that one is. Wizard posting. Okay. Dong talk. Wow. Yeah, this definitely. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do a follow up on this once descriptions are posted. Rule 34. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Who's that waifu? Okay. Stretch it. The quinциest? Huh. Yeah, definitely gonna need that. Uh, drink to Oran High School Host Club. Okay. Hentai Hoedown. That's the rave. And that is pretty much it. So I don't think I mentioned this. This actually lasts instead of con ending at like 12 or usually 2 in the afternoon. This actually ends, 2 in the morning, which is not bad. You know, I mean that's great. You get a lot more than what you're going for because normally it's usually cons start at what 4 o'clock in the afternoon Friday, so that's 24, probably less than 48 hours, maybe. This actually goes, you know, a little beyond that. Starts at, let's see, openings at 5 and it ends at 2. So it's 24, 48. Let's see, 48, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 56 hours. Not bad. Not bad. But as I said, I might have to do a follow up once the descriptions come out because I'm a little curious on Sunday. Uh, hmm. Maybe I no, I don't. I really don't because, like I said, of previous. Jeez. Excuse me. But anyway, yeah. So that's Ahiago Minnesota 2023 here in Minnesota in Minnetonka at the Sheraton West. Right. So, I don't know, what else? Game, 2D Con. Yeah, so I mean, obviously they're gonna have, their whatnot. What else is they gonna have? I could have swore they had a tattoo people here as well. Um, the same, probably the same people as, I don't know. Oh shit, Paul Star is gonna be there. Huh? Look, imagine that. Um, yeah, I could have swore there was. Last time I checked, there was gonna be a tattoo artist there. Because I know when I went to Twin Cities Con, they had a tattoo artist. Like, I should get one, but it was already filled up, and everything like that. But anyway, what else can I talk about? Let's go back to. Other than that, I'm supposed to be working today. Or should be working, but I'm on standby for the last hour and a half. No calls have came in and whatnot. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's about it. Just kind of wanted to update and had to get this out before, you know, before it happens and whatnot, because who knows what else is out there. Hopefully, there's pictures to be shown because honestly, if you're hosting a 21 plus con where you literally lock down the hotel to only the people that are there, I better see some skin. I better see some TNA, and straight up skin. If it's not there, then like, what was the point of calling it a 21 plus, convention if if I'm not seeing tits and ass? Just say. I'm expecting that. I would like it, and I want it. Yeah. Sorry. Boondocks. The booty war. Booty warrior Johnson came in. I want to, and I like it. And we can do this the easy way, or we can do the hard way. Anyway, until next time, yeah, I can't again. I don't know if Matt's gonna be here next on the 31st or his last day is the 31st and he's working. I can't remember. But all I know is after that he's done doing his part-time work and whatnot and everything like that. So that being said, until next time, look out for that taste test of Tokyo Treats and continue on this with doing the podcasts and whatnot. Till then, see you later.